Channel Chillify. I'm ready. After my family's decline, I started live streaming divination to make a living. Ikomente. Sister, I think my house has a ghost. Me? Just burn 2 paper villas for it. Problem solved. Sister, why does the alcohol in my cabinet keep exploding on the floor? Me. Next time you visit your dad's grave, pour him a whole bucket, okay? My name is Mia Yu, and I'm a streamer, specializing in late-night fortune telling. My family has practiced this profession for generations. We were once quite famous, even wildly popular. In my great-grandfather's time, many high-ranking officials and nobles would travel thousands of miles and spend fortunes just to have him cast a single divination. Our family was incredibly prestigious then. Unfortunately, after my grandfather passed away, the family business gradually declined by my father's generation. As long as I can remember, my father stopped divining for anyone. After my mother died, he drank himself into a stupor every day. My father loved alcohol, and when he was drunk, he'd ramble incoherently, always repeating the same few phrases. Mia, don't ever touch that stuff again. It brings bad karma. Bad karma. But in the end, I did touch it. I had no other choice. I needed to eat. So, I worked an office job during the day and live streamed at night. Though I only had a smattering of knowledge, it was more than enough to be a late-night divination streamer. I'm a streamer with principles. I go live promptly at 10 p.m. and sign off at 11 p.m. I don't show my face on camera. Instead, my small orange tabby cat appears in my place. Each night, I randomly select a lucky viewer from the comments to answer questions, check their relationships, or assess their feng shui. For these minor matters, most people I helped overcome their troubles would offer me small gifts as a token of their gratitude. At 10 p.m., I pressed the start, live stream button. My living room wasn't crowded. It was late, and most people had flocked to other rooms to watch singers and dancers, so my room was usually quite empty. I started the stream and read a novel while it played. After more than 10 minutes, only a few scattered viewers had joined. A comment. Streamer, my house has ghosts. What should I do? They comment. The lights turn off by themselves and then back on. The kitchen faucet turns on spontaneously. But shoes neatly placed on the rack are found scattered by the door the next morning. I yawned, glancing at the comments. Youngster, we must believe in science. Don't blame every little thing on ghosts and spirits. Still, you found your way to my room, so it must be fate. I'll tell you how to resolve it. Tomorrow, go to the market, buy 2 paper villas, and burn them in front of your house. Problem solved. E-comment. Streamer, please help me. The swing in front of my house keeps swinging by itself and creaking, but there's no wind. It's really eerie at night. There's nothing to worry about in this situation. It's just some folks from below who are bored and came up to play. No problem at all. If you can't stand it, just move the swing to the park so you don't hear the noise. E-comment. Streamer, why does the alcohol in my cabinet keep falling and breaking by itself? I tapped my fingers, calculate. Next time you visit your dad's grave, add a few more bottles for him. If 2 bottles aren't enough, 2 buckets will do. I chatted leisurely with everyone like that, realizing it was almost 11 p.m. I stretched, preparing to end the live stream. A notification. User Sky Wanderer has entered the live stream room. Sky Wanderer was my top donor. A generous but also very unfortunate big spender. He had visited my live stream room more than a few times. The first time was because his father was in a car accident. The second, his mother fell down the stairs. The third, his pet guinea pig ate his pet goldfish. The fourth, his younger sister got food poisoning. The fifth, his pet turtle, which he had for 5 years, suddenly went missing. The sixth time, he himself stepped on a loose manhole cover and fell into the sewer. Though none of these incidents were life-threatening, his parents only suffered minor external injuries. The continuous string of bizarre events left him physically and mentally exhausted. I had helped him 7 or 8 times already. Each time he spared no expense, immediately setting off a flurry of gifts. 20 firework rockets, showering me with virtual rockets, made me breathless, my eyes spinning from the yellow glow. Seeing my top donor appear, I immediately cleared my throat, straightened my back, and composed myself. For some reason, every time he entered the room, I felt a sense of awkwardness, like a teenage girl, both hoping he would come and hoping he wouldn't. Honestly, I felt quite sorry for him. It would be best if nothing happened to make him come here again. But then, thinking of the fireworks exploding, I couldn't help but wish for it a little. Such a contradiction. Who told him to be my golden sponsor, after all? I guess Sky Wanderer was going through a rough patch, astrologically. Calling him Big Brother or Uncle was because his nickname was somewhat similar to my father's. My father's name meant to fly far and high, forever, while his meant wandering the ends of the earth. They were a perfect match in spirit, truly the type of middle-aged man I usually encountered. I once secretly intended to divine his age, but I remembered my father's warning. Looking at someone's Bazi without their permission was a major taboo and would shorten my own lifespan. So I decided against it. Ski Wanderer, streamer, save me. I lowered my voice. Tell me, Ski Wanderer, streamer. I did everything you told me to before, and it really helped a lot. But recently, a few more strange things have happened. That's when I suddenly remembered. He hadn't been in my room for a few days. What strange things, Ski Wanderer? A ghost stole my underwear. Oh, JPG! I nearly spat out the water I was drinking, wiping my eyes and looking again. No mistake, it was indeed underwear. The comment section exploded. Oh my God! I cleared my throat twice, breaking the awkward silence. How about you install cameras in your house to see what's going on? See who's so morally depraved. In my 30 years of experience, I don't think little spirits from the underworld would do something so vulgar. To enhance my credibility, my streamer profile stated I was 40. So every time I went live, I had to lower my voice to sound a bit older. Sky Wanderer. Not in the house, but they disappeared right off my body. Every morning I wake up, and they're gone. I looked on the bed and under the floor, but I can't find them anywhere. The comments exploded. Must be a female ghost. A lustful female ghost. Wait, there's that kind too? So ghosts have special preferences. Why doesn't any ghost steal my underwear? Come steal mine. I have lots. I choked on my own words. All right, since he was my top donor, I made an exception and cast a divination for him. 4 yang lines, 2 yin lines. Not. This reading didn't look good at all. I said, Brother Sky, this situation is a bit serious. Here's what you do. Tomorrow, get a ceramic bowl, fill it with sticky rice, and place it in the most central part of your house. Then, cover it with a red cloth. Leave it untouched for exactly 49 hours and absolutely don't peek underneath. After that, record a video and send it to me. Ski Wanderer. Streamer, can I get your contact info so I can send the video? So, I sent him my secondary WeChat ID. His avatar was just one word, Lang Wanderer, super cool. Thai Wanderer's friend circle was quite clean, only showing the 3 most recent days. 2 days later, he sent a video. A quick glance revealed nothing unusual. I messaged him back, opened the cloth, and recorded closely for me. Okay. In the video, as he lifted the red cloth, I heard him sharply inhale a cold breath. The bowl of sticky rice was almost entirely gone, and in its place were 5 perfectly round, bright, red tubes. He hadn't put those there. Ski Wanderer. Streamer, what's going on? I swear, absolutely no one touched that bowl. I asked him. Have you ever been divorced? Ski Wanderer. No, I'm single. Never been married. No, JPG, oh my God. I thought, Sky Wanderer 50. My dad was over 40 when I was old enough to buy soy sauce for my mom. No wonder a female ghost is clinging to him. In my heart, the image of my top donor took another hit. I answered seriously. Brother Sky, from the looks of it, it's very likely a female ghost is attached to you. For now, scatter some sticky rice in all the corners of your house. That might temporarily suppress her. But this isn't a long-term solution. To resolve it permanently, you need to get married as soon as possible to someone with a strong Bazi to help stabilize your destiny and ward off this sinister energy. I didn't have the heart to tell him directly that the 5 tubes in the sticky rice bowl meant the female ghost wanted to bear him 5 ghost children. He was already so faint-hearted. I was afraid he'd start crying if I told him. Ski Wanderer, what's a strong Bazi? I knew all about strong Bazi, because Yikwan was a super strong Bazi. I dared to go out and play during the Ghost Festival in July, wasn't afraid to disco dance next to a graveyard, and would even stay in abandoned and haunted houses. Little spirits saw me and would shake their heads, keeping a 3-meter distance. My family's divination profession traditionally passed only to sons, not daughters. But because my Bazi was exceptionally strong, and I was intelligent, clever, and had an unusual bone structure, my grandfather made an exception and taught me some of the family's ancestral skills. After explaining briefly, I received a message. Ski Wanderer. Oh, I understand. Thank you, streamer. The next day, he entered my live stream, said nothing, and immediately gifted 30 fireworks. After that, He quietly left without a word. My top donor was indeed a man of few words, but powerful actions. I contentedly ended the stream. I drank my bubble tea, happily chewing boba pearls while scrolling through my phone. Suddenly, I saw a post that shocked me, making me want to jump out of bed. Hours ago, Sky Wanderer posted, "The company just imploded. So much work." But it's a bittersweet kind of joy. Cute JPG. Cute JPG. I chewed on a boba pearl. Good heavens, my top donor isn't just rich, he's also successful. I was a fan, hitting the heart button without even opening the large image, just casually liking it. Only after liking it did I think, I guess I can open the picture and look, or not. But I did, and I nearly jumped out of my skin. Damn. Stock code 60,096? Isn't that on my company? A middle-aged man? Both my top donor and my colleague. Not only that, he posted about the company's IPO. Oh no, could he be the chairman of my company? Chairman Shen? No wonder when I went to his office the other day, I smelled something strange. It might have been a lingering odor from falling into the sewer. I never imagined Chairman Shen, the man who was always serious and cold as ice at the company, would secretly act so cute. Over 50 and still unmarried. I think I just uncovered a huge secret. I trembled, quickly unliking the post. But then I thought, this is my secondary WeChat account. He wouldn't know who I am. So, I liked it again. Then I felt uneasy again. Unliked it. Then liked it again. My mind was racing like a crazy demon. Ding dong. A message arrived. This account only had 3 contacts. My main account, my father, and Sky Wanderer. Sky Wanderer. Streamer, are you still awake? Sorry to bother you so late. If you're not asleep, could I ask you something? Frowning puppy, JPG. Chairman Shen even uses puppy stickers with sparkling eyes. My hands trembled as I typed a reply. Please speak, sir. Gulps. Delete, delete. Retype. Go ahead. Ski Wanderer. Streamer. I followed your advice. I scattered sticky rice in all 4 corners of the house, but I'm still a bit scared. Sorry. I know men shouldn't be afraid of ghosts, but I really am a little scared. It's such a big villa, and I'm all alone. Is there any way I can be braver? I mean, could you teach me a mantra or something to steady my mind? I thought for a moment. The best way to overcome fear is to concentrate your thoughts, to think so deeply that there's no room left for fear. All right, I'll send you a few questions. When you feel scared, focus intensely on them. What is the scientific essence of MC doctrine? What role does M philosophy play in social development? What is the significance of socialist core values? What are the laws of human historical development and the historical forms of dialectical materialism? You can pick one you find interesting and think it through completely. Your fear will naturally disappear. After sending it, I stared at the screen for a while. There was no reply. The next morning, I opened my phone and saw a message from 3 a.m. Schemer, your method is truly effective. I'm genuinely not scared anymore. Well, I spent the whole night thinking about idealism and materialism and lost sleep. Crying, laughing JPG. But still, thank you so much. Sparkling heart, JPG. Chairman Shen. The stern, cold-faced man at the company, who spoke concisely and acted decisively, could be this adorable behind the scenes. I couldn't handle it. I didn't know how I'd face him in the future. Fortunately, he was usually swamped with work. I was just a lowly employee, rarely seeing him throughout the year. Thinking this, I felt much more at ease. But life is funny. The more you dread something, the more it happens. This morning, if only I had left the house a little earlier, I wouldn't have run into him in the elevator. Good heavens, he's the company chairman. If he lost sleep last night, why didn't he sleep in a bit longer? Oh well, he wouldn't recognize me. I was wearing a mask. Calm down, stay calm. I smiled at him. Good morning, Chairman Shen. Chairman Shen looked up at me, his gaze sharp as a knife, giving off an unapproachable aura. Hi. He simply nodded, acknowledging my greeting. I followed him into the elevator. I stood behind him. He was tall and straight, his face as cold as stone, exuding an air that screamed, strangers, keep out. Hipped. Last night, he was sending me cute puppy stickers, whining to me. I can't believe, Chairman Shen, that dignified man has two faces. Ni. My company was on the top floor. As the elevator reached the third floor, the light suddenly flickered. I felt a sharp pang in my heart. My divination instinct had struck. I immediately tapped my fingers, calculating. Not good. Falling into a void point. Central position, malevolent star, heavy malevolent energy. The elevator will go up to the 10th floor, then plummet straight down. Didn't I tell him to scatter sticky rice already? Did he actually do it? How did that female ghost even make it to the company? And in broad daylight, no less. This ghost isn't just any ghost. I might not even be its match, but I can't expose myself here. There's a proverb. Good ghosts don't block people's paths. If you block someone's path, you're not a good ghost. I mumbled an incantation. Heaven above, earth below, by my command, all evil shall vanish. My hands whirled and danced like I was performing Tai Chi. Whoosh! 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 I flailed, my arms and legs, practically cosplaying as a sorcerer. Chairman Shen heard someone mumbling and wildly gesturing behind him. He turned, looking at me with utter astonishment. What are you looking at? You're about to die, don't you know? I'm saving you. If you don't give me 50 fireworks tonight, you're in trouble. I pulled my mask tighter, ignoring his suspicious gaze. Saving my life was more important. I continued my spell work. The elevator reached the 9th floor. I shouted, heaven and earth, mystical yellow, banish all things, retreat. My entire back was drenched in sweat. The elevator lights finally stopped, flickering. Phew! Hey, I nearly died, standing up. I wiped the sweat from my face. My 20 floors to go. The elevator door slowly opened, but Chairman Shen remained rooted in place, not stepping out. Why are you still looking at me? Go on. I tilted my head, gesturing for him to exit. He adjusted his collar, calmly stepped out, neither fast nor slow. Half an hour later, I received a notification in the company's internal chat group. Hito. Better care for employees' mental well-being and understand work pressures starting this month. The company will organize anonymous psychological counseling services every Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. Employees needing support can register anonymously. Is this aimed at me? No way. It clearly says each employee, not just me. That evening, before I even went live, I received a web chat message from Sky Wanderer. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. A flurry of messages. Am I exposed? I wondered. I knew quite a few of his secrets. Trembling, I opened the messages. Ski Wanderer. Streamer, save me. It seems the female ghost haunting me has started attacking anyone around me. I replied. What happened? Ski Wanderer. Today, a female colleague in the company seemed to be possessed by it. I saw it with my own eyes. She's usually very shy and quiet, but today, in the elevator, she suddenly started dancing wildly, mumbling some incomprehensible words while flailing her arms. Dancing wildly, flailing her arms? Weiter, I sat in my chair, carefully mimicking my own movements from earlier. Gee, it did seem a bit similar. Oh well, if it's similar, it's similar. At least I wasn't exposed. I thought for a moment, then replied, Brother Sky, I told you to scatter sticky rice. If you did it correctly, that female ghost shouldn't be able to leave your house even half a step. Sky Wanderer. Sorry, my house is a bit big. Perhaps I missed a spot. Tomorrow, I'll call some cleaners to help scatter it again. I just skin the only way. I got scattered it again. Damn it. I accidentally made him flaunt his big house. I pouted, about to exit the app, but saw typing. Then stopped. A moment later, typing. And he was deliberating something. Then he sent a few words. Sky Wanderer. Streamer is marrying someone with a strong Bazi. Really the only way to solve this? I replied, Is she Wanderer? Okay, I understand. After the elevator incident, I noticed that the chairman's gaze towards me was no longer the same. Although we still rarely met, as an administrative assistant, I occasionally had to go to his office to deliver documents or take meeting minutes. So encounters were unavoidable. His eyes looked at me stranger and stranger. 2 parts disdain, 3 parts suspicion, 3 parts arrogance, and mixed with 1 part pity. I really didn't understand, but I was utterly shocked. How could a person's eyes hold so many emotions? I unconsciously remembered what he had said. Find a wife with a strong Bazi. He was the chairman. Checking employee files would be easy. Company records had my ID number, and anyone who knew how to divine fates could immediately find my Bazi. So, the next step would be, no, no, no. He was as old as my father. Even if he agreed for money, it couldn't be. Besides, my grandfather had divined for me since I was little. He said I would marry someone I truly loved. My genuine soulmate. No, no, absolutely not. I was propping my chin, shaking my head like a bobblehead, when a stack of documents landed squarely in front of me. Mia, what are you spacing out for? Take these documents up to the chairman's office for his signature. Does it avail to be me? I pouted, almost crying. I clutched the stack of documents, dragging my feet up the stairs. Honestly, ever since I realized Sky Wanderer's identity, my office life had gone downhill fast. Before, I was a diligent, dedicated, hard-working employee. Now, I'm still dedicated, but there's this invisible pressure weighing on me every day. I'm just afraid that one day, the chairman will realize I'm Z-Dart streamer and fire me, because I really love this job. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., no overtime. It's perfect for me to live stream on time every evening. I absolutely must keep my identity a secret. Who would have guessed that the timid administrative assistant by day was a midnight occult streamer? Thinking it over, tonight I had to subtly hint to him something like, a rabbit doesn't eat grass near its burrow. I entered his office. Chairman Shen was wearing glasses, holding a cup of coffee, his eyes glued to the financial report on his desk. I quietly walked to his desk. Chairman, these documents need your signature. Leave them there. I had just placed the documents on the table, about to turn in an escape when wait, he called me back. Ah, was it finally happening? My entire body tensed. I trembling turned back, not daring to breathe loudly, only to see him rummaging through his desk drawer. After a moment, clinking, he pulled out a thick stack of pink cash, bearing the chairman's face, and placed it on the desk with a thud. I startled, backing up 3 steps. Chairman, this is not good. This won't do. I ventured to speak frankly, sir. You're about my father's age. If you truly want to find a wife, I suggest choosing someone of your own generation. It's easier to share and empathize. The chairman's hand, holding the money, froze in midair. The atmosphere around us instantly solidified with awkwardness. Cough, cough, cough. He couldn't help but clear his throat twice. Then, over his reading glasses, he stared intently at my chest. Ah, no. I quickly covered my chest with my hand. Cough, 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 cough. He choked violently, coughing and pointing at my employee. ID badge on my chest. You are Mia, you, right? It was then that I suddenly realized. Ah, so he was looking at my name. Yes, sir. I am... Miss Yu, I think you might have misunderstood. I need you to take this money down to the accounting department and tell them to transfer it to the company account this afternoon. Ah, yes, I see. I felt my face flush crimson, from my neck all the way to my ears. I grabbed the stack of money and ran out of the office as if chased by a ghost. Can I still move to another planet? The events of the past few days left me no mind to live stream. I pulled out my phone, intending to message Sky Wanderer a few words, when I surprisingly received a message from him first. Sky Wanderer. Streamer, I discovered a very cute girl in my company. Actually, I've liked her for a long time, but I haven't dared to pursue her. I also don't know if her Bazi is strong enough. Could you help me check it? If her Bazi isn't strong enough, I'm afraid I'll harm her, because I'm still plagued by this ghost like a leech. Each word, each sentence, was like an invisible hand, lifting my heart, making my heartbeat immediately catch in my throat. I replied, "Send me the information." Sky Wanderer, May 9th, 1999. Crash! My phone slipped from my hand, hitting the floor with a thud. I picked up my phone, my hands trembling as I replied, "Brother Sky, don't you think there's a bit too much of an age gap between you two?" It's the Wanderer, Too much? Age isn't a problem, and height certainly isn't a barrier. Besides, I'm only a little bit older. Cute JPG. You call all hot tap a little bit. I suspected he had a serious misunderstanding of the concept of a little bit, or perhaps rich people just didn't see a 20-year age gap as a big deal. I continued to type, "Brother Sky, I think fate isn't something that can be forced. Just because you like someone doesn't mean they like you back. Moreover, you should clearly distinguish whether you truly like her, or if you're just trying to use her to change your luck." The chat box continuously showed typing, then stopped. It seemed my words had hit a nerve. He was definitely in a fierce internal struggle. I was about to go take a shower when my phone chimed and lit up a few more times. "Sky Wanderer, streamer, you're amazing. You can even figure out my age across a screen. Truly divine powers." I rolled my eyes. "We see each other every day. If I didn't know your age, I'd be utterly useless." I sent back a smiling face emoji. The next morning, as soon as I walked through the company gates, I felt a strange atmosphere. What happened? A sense of unease rose in my heart. I raised my hand and tapped my fingers, trying to divine. Both upper and lower trigrams were water, forming the hexagram can. Sure enough, it wasn't good. No wonder my head felt heavy as a stone, and my feet light as air this morning. And arriving at the company, I felt an even heavier yin energy, as if enveloped by a dark cloud. The company had just gone public not long ago. Could something financial have happened? I discreetly peeked into the office. Colleagues were gathered, chattering excitedly. Before I even had a chance to put down my bag, I rushed over to eavesdrop. "Colleague, did you hear? The chairman's house caught fire last night." Me. "What time did it happen?" Colleague B. "Not very clear. Probably around 11 or 12. I only found out this morning from the news." She then showed me a screenshot on her phone. "Villa in Huayuan residential area suddenly caught fire. By 1 a.m. on the 21st, the fire was largely under control, and rescue efforts are currently underway." A bucket of cold water seemed to pour directly from my head to my toes. I asked with a trembling voice, "The chairman, is he okay?" "Colleague, see? They say he was brought out in time and is now in the city hospital. But the details aren't clear. Vice President Liu said no one should discuss this matter anymore. So, after chatting with Sky Wanderer last night, his house immediately caught fire. My head spun. It had to be that female ghost. It was my fault. My skills weren't good enough. I couldn't immediately figure out a way to suppress that ghost. I had underestimated her. My previous spell must have angered her. If anything happened to Brother Sky, I would never forgive myself. It was all my fault. I had no appetite for work. I made an excuse to ask for leave, then rushed home, dragging my alcoholic father with me to the city hospital. My father might have been useless in other ways, but when it came to ghost catching, he was still a master. 10-odd years ago, people even called him Master Yu, the wandering diviner. For a little spirit to cause fatal harm in the human world was a grave taboo. If a celestial master caught it, they had the right to make its soul scatter. Usually, these little spirits wouldn't dare to act so boldly. So, this time, it must have been me who provoked it. I pulled my dad into a taxi. He was still dazed. "What's wrong?" "So hasty. Rushing to be reincarnated." "Not reincarnated, but helping someone else reincarnate," I panted, slamming the door shut. The driver and my dad both froze. I quickly cleared my throat and pulled my dad closer. Lowering my voice, "We're going to save someone. The chairman of my company is being haunted by a ghost." My dad glared at me, then swung his hand and smacked me hard on the forehead. "We'll deal with this later. That female ghost burned down his entire house. She's definitely followed him to the hospital now. But the hospital is so big. How do we find him?" My dad crossed his arms and scowled at me. "Do you have money?" Yes, I do. The CEO of a listed company, Dad. You understand." Only then did the old man reluctantly pull out his old compass, muttering something under his breath. Before long, the compass needle began to spin wildly, eventually pointing southeast. "Dad, I don't need to divine to know this. Southeast is the SSSAIP ward area of the city hospital. All the rich people are there. Do you know which room?" "No." "If you don't know, then don't speak." "Yes, sir." I followed my dad, sneaking past patrolling nurses, pretending to be a patient's relative, until we finally reached room 108. "Is this the room, Dad?" I whispered. My dad confidently nodded. I pressed my ear to the door, listening. It seemed like no one was inside. "Dad, is the female ghost in there?" My dad stretched his neck, sniffed around, then tapped his fingers, calculating for a while. After that, he nodded definitively. "She's in there." "Okay, let's prepare to rush in." Let's prepare to rush in. I'll count 1, 2, 3. My dad pulled out his compass and bronze mirror. Ready, waiting for my signal. 1, 2. Before I could even count to 3, footsteps sounded behind us. "All right. Thank you, Director Wang. I've troubled you too much." A familiar voice rang out. Very familiar, extremely familiar. I turned around and met Sky Wanderer's eyes. No, it was Chairman Shen. "Chairman, sir, why are you here? Shouldn't you be in the room? Me?" He pointed to himself. Must I really be in there? After seeing Director Wang off, Chairman Shen turned back, his gaze piercing through both me and my father. You're the administrative assistant from the company, right? Miayu? Yes, I'm Miayu. Ah, I remember now. What are you two doing here? I choked. Was I supposed to say I came to catch ghosts? I was still hesitating. My friend, I see your forehead is shadowed. Disaster is likely approaching. No need for 998, nor 198. For only 168, I will draw you a talisman to ward off evil and help you overcome misfortune. My dad stepped forward, breaking the awkward silence. Dad, he's the chairman of our company, I whispered, reminding him. What exactly are you two doing here? Why are you sneaking around outside my son's room? Chairman Shen frowned, his expression displeased. Son, didn't you say you were single and unmarried? Could this be an illegitimate child? Oh no, I think I just uncovered another shocking secret. Dad, let them in. Just in time. Just in time. Just as my dad and I were staring at each other at the door, a weak male voice came from inside. I signaled to my dad. My dad immediately raised his compass and bronze mirror. I pushed the door open and saw a man lying on the pristine white bed. His features were sharp, his skin pale. I looked closely. He did resemble the chairman a bit. Definitely his biological son, no mistake. The morning light from the window slanted across his face, casting a faint halo. His deep-set eyes, his high, straight nose, in the light, they seemed almost unreal. This person was truly handsome. I moved closer, and he was also looking at me. The moment our eyes met, a sparkling light of joy suddenly appeared in those dark eyes. Under my direct gaze, his pale face gradually flushed red. I took a step forward, reaching out to touch his forehead. Chairman, your son seems to have a fever. He cough. The man on the bed coughed softly twice, avoiding my hand. He glanced at my dad's tools, then turned his head and scrutinized me from head to toe, speaking softly. Monsieur, come here for a moment. Are you calling me? I tiptoed closer, my heart thumping. Please, streamer. I think a female ghost has latched on to me. What do you say I should do now? His voice was weak, his hot breath brushing against my ear, making my neck tingle. I jumped as if electrocuted. Huh? What? Jumped as if electrocuted. Huh? I turned to look at Chairman Shen. No, his father. Then back at him. Then back to me. Me. Yes, it's me. I heard you call my father Lang outside the door. Hush! I quickly lunged forward and covered his mouth, gesturing, don't say another word. Are you two acquainted? Both fathers asked in unison. Acquainted? Of course we are. We work at the same company. How could we not be acquainted? The man on the bed flashed a faint smile, revealing a set of white, even teeth. It was only then that I truly looked at his face. He did look a bit familiar. But I couldn't place him at the moment. He seemed to guess the confusion in my eyes. You probably didn't notice me before. I'm Daniel Shen. Perhaps you're not very impressed since you're so busy. Working during the day and then at night, he gave another ambiguous smile. Daniel Shen. I remembered now. He was the main character in countless company gossip rumors, the object of infatuation for countless female colleagues. The young and talented male god. But I had never paid much attention to gossip, only focusing on making money. I came to work on time every day and disappeared as soon as the workday ended. That was me. Honestly, with hundreds of people in the company, not remembering him was quite normal. So, it turns out, Daniel Shen was actually Sky Wanderer. I had mistaken him from the start. Miss Yu, do you need something from Daniel? Chairman Shen interrupted my train of thought. Dad, I invited Miss Yu and Uncle here. Don't you remember? The other day, I told you a master said a female ghost was clinging to me. Daniel Shen smiled, helping me out. Dad, don't worry. Let Miss Yu and Uncle take a look. While we were talking, my dad wasn't idle. He was still holding his bronze mirror, examining every corner of the room. Dad, did you find anything? I whispered. Very strange, extremely strange. My dad spun his compass. I tracked the female ghost's aura to this place, but there's nothing in the room. He burned a talisman, blowing the ashes to spread throughout the room, his expression gradually darkening. This might not be an ordinary female ghost. It's as if someone deliberately cultivated a spirit. Cultivated a spirit, Chairman Shen. Have you offended anyone recently, do you think? My dad asked. Chairman Shen looked at my dad, pondering briefly. Besides finding a wife, is there any other way? Daniel Shen suddenly whispered beside me. What wife? Both fathers asked in unison. Nothing? Nothing at all. I haven't studied enough. Just talking nonsense. I quickly forced a smile, making a cute face at my dad, then glared a warning at Daniel Shen. I mean, if you talk anymore, I'll take care of you in 3 moves. According to my dad, the entire Shen family was being targeted by someone who had unleashed a cultivated spirit. Cultivated spirits were not like ordinary lonely ghosts or wandering spirits. Their resentment and spiritual power were much stronger, and they were harder to exorcise. But there was a way to break the spell. The simplest way was to find the person who cultivated the spirit. Only the Shen family had no clues. I initially planned to go to their house to see if any clues remained. But the entire villa had burned to ashes that day. There was nothing left to find. As everyone was discussing tensely, Chairman Shen, his face heavy, said, I understand. I'm going out for a bit. With that, he left. My daughter, that young man has a weak fate. If the culprit hasn't achieved their goal, they will definitely continue to send ghosts after him. Your Bazi is strong. Even 100 ghosts won't dare approach you. Remember to keep an eye on him these next few days. If that female ghost reappears, I will personally subdue her. You stay with him for now. I'll go back and get my tools and return. With that, my dad also left. Now, only Daniel Shen and I were left in the hospital room. The atmosphere was a bit awkward. Cough, cough. Daniel Shen coughed softly again. I poured him a glass of water, then suddenly remembered him saying yesterday that he liked me. He must have been joking, right? Could it be true? Just as I was lost in thought, Daniel Shen lowered his head and muttered something softly. But he spoke too quietly. I couldn't hear clearly. I didn't hear you clearly. What did you say? Then let's just go with plan A. He looked at me, his eyes sincere. What's plan A? Just marry you, and it's all over. He said it so casually, as if discussing what to eat for lunch. Are you serious? I'm very serious. It's unclear what Chairman Shen went out to do that day, only that not long after, the company changed hands. It said that Vice President Liu, the one who forbade discussion of the Shen family fire, was arrested for economic crime. The Shen family also moved to a new villa, and my dad finally caught that female ghost. She was quite pitiful, only wanting to find a husband for a ghost marriage, but was unknowingly used by others. My dad lectured her on ghost life principles for a full day and night, after which the female ghost obediently went to reincarnate. My dad watched the fading silhouette of the female ghost, sighing mournfully. He pulled me aside, patted my shoulder, and sternly warned me. My daughter, once is enough for this matter. Never dabble in this fortune-telling and divination profession again. I never understood why my dad wouldn't let me do this job, and I didn't dare ask. Clearly, he enjoyed catching ghosts immensely, so why couldn't I touch it? I just couldn't understand. Oh, well. That evening, I still secretly live-streamed as usual. Everything returned to normal. Working during the day, live-streaming at night. It's just, why was the top donor in my room so talkative? Now that the female ghost wasn't clinging to him anymore, he was clinging to me all day. Ski Wanderer, streamer, are you free tomorrow? Let's have dinner together. Sky Wanderer, streamer, live streaming must be exhausting. Does your dad know? Ski Wanderer, live streaming is hard. Don't do it anymore. I'll support you. Ani, Ski Wanderer. Remember to bring the contract to my office yourself tomorrow, streamer. Streamer, I think I'm being haunted by a female ghost again. I guess I'll have to get married to solve it. My top donor was really chatty, and often just gifted fireworks without a word. Why did you name yourself Sky Wanderer? Because I want to wander the ends of the earth with the person I love. Isn't that cool? Why did you say age isn't a problem and height isn't a barrier? You're only 2 years older than me. What's the big deal? How did you know I was flailing my arms in the elevator? I saw it on the surveillance camera, of course. Bonus scene. Sky Wanderer. Streamer. My girlfriend agreed to my proposal. Help me pick the best wedding date next month. Me? Then let's pick the 8th of next month, early in the month. At the wedding, my dad cried like a 3-year-old. He held his wine, drinking and sobbing. I told you, don't get involved in this profession. Your grandfather predicted it. If you learn divination, you'd end up divining your own fate and getting married. Now look, live streaming led you to become someone else's daughter-in-law. Boo-hoo! Beside him, Chairman Shen patted his shoulder in comfort. My in-law? Isn't that just how it is? He kept saying he had no intention of dating, but who knew he'd jump straight to marriage? With that, the two old men embraced and continued to cry